Coming up on the brand new Lights, Camera, Akron, Matthew Wilson appears in his first on-camera interview since being named interim president of the University of Akron.
That's right. And speaking of Akron, we spoke with the mastermind behind the breathtaking movie, Akron the Film.
Plus, we unveil our brand new Hidden Gem series with an exclusive peek into the University of Akron's archives.
All that and more coming up on this episode of Lights, Camera, Akron.
Welcome to a brand new Lights, Camera, Akron. Jade Marshall here alongside my co-host, Matt Barnhart.
Jade, it's a brand new LCA, new look, new logo, and speaking of new, do we have a new president at UA?
Yes, we do. The former dean of the UA's law school, Matthew Wilson, was named interim president back on July 11th. I had the honor of speaking with him on his first on-camera interview since being named interim president. Let's check it out. Matthew Wilson, the new interim president, has been making a lot of new changes here at the university. Pulling from his personal experiences, he is able to encourage faculty and students to develop a personal relationship that extends beyond the classroom. Wilson's dedication to engage with the student body is what sets him apart as interim president. One approach he uses is to be transparent with the students. For instance, last week he held a basketball event outside the student union.
It was a fun day. I was outside in front of the student union for about 2.5 hours, and I thought it would be a great way to just connect with students and let them know, hey, you know what? I'm here for you, I'm like you, I'm in your corner, and a great way to get to know students. And so we did some one-on-ones, we did some shooting competitions where it was best of 5 shots. The student could pick the spot. If they tied me or beat me, they got a Starbucks gift card and a business card. If they lost, they still got my business card, as well. So hopefully we can continue to do some fun stuff like that to be able to connect, and I want to be accessible to students at all times and kind of through all mediums.
I love that, and I think students love that, and they like the involvement with you, and they like to be involved on campus. So there's a lot of, that's probably like a perk of your job. But there's also so many changes and challenges with your job as well. A lot of students have so many questions, like they wonder where their money is going, what they're investing in. How do you balance the responsibility of making those decisions for those students?
I think a big part of that is, helping students understand the value of their education, and helping them understand that their education here is in the classroom, but it's also beyond the classroom.
Right.
There's so many different opportunities that are here for them, whether it's music, whether it's sports, whether it's the recreation hall, whether it's computers and technology and those type of things that are there as well. At the same time, being responsive to students and helping them understand that a University of Akron degree really is something that distinguishes them and sets them apart, kind of like what I was talking about earlier. Through an Akron degree, you can go out, you can get internships, and you can get involved with co-ops. You can meet people and have experiences that you wouldn't have had, absent a University of Akron degree. And then at the end of the day, get that job that you want to. And so, big key in terms of helping students understand that is getting them engaged, communicating with them, listening to them, and responding to them as well.
I think that's excellent. If you could picture the University of Akron in the future, what would be your vision?
The way that I envision the University of Akron, to the extent that I can be involved at this level, is you have a great 25,000 student university. It's D1 sports, it's Tier 1 research, great professors. I would like us to be, that where everyone can come and really realize their dreams, at the same time have an individualized and personalized experience. I remember, when I was an undergrad or when I was a law student, I felt like I was a number, and I didn't know where to turn, didn't know who to ask for different issues. Personalized experience. And so what I would like us to be known as, more than anything, is a place where a student can come and get a personalized, individualized experience where they understand that they're part of not only Zip's nation, but more importantly, part of Zip's family.
Yeah.
You know, students aren't customers. I mean, they're family members. And you know, as we're all in this together, part of being a family is learning, and it's working together, and it's growing. And you know, I mean, maybe it's a little idealistic, but I would love to be a campus where we're smiling to each other, and we're greeting each other, and we're helping each other out, and it becomes all about the student, and it becomes all about success and getting folks to pass classes, right? To get those internships, to graduate, and to go out and really change the world, whether the world's within their own home, their own society, their own community, or really the world itself.
I know you touched on this a little bit, but it's the biggest question everybody wants to know. So you used to be the dean of the law school.
I did. Yeah.
So people want to know if you want to go back after the 18 months are over, if you want to go back to doing that, or if you want to stay and apply for being the president here.
Great question. You know, kind of going back to what we were talking about before, as I have stepped into this role, if you would have asked me 9 weeks ago when I took this position, I probably wouldn't have had a definite answer for you. But you know, at this point, seeing that I can positively impact many more folks here at the university level, you know, I would hope that I would have the opportunity to serve 25,000 students. You know, if at the end of the day the Board of Trustees says, okay, you know, why don't you go back to the law school? I mean, that would be completely fine because I would be serving students. So whether I'm in the classroom and that's what I'm doing, or whether I'm dean of a law school, or whether I'm president of the university, I'm happy because it's about others, not about me. But given the druthers, you know, I think that I can continue to contribute and to elevate the University of Akron even further.
So it's all about the students, and I love that. Just service
Absolutely.
to others and service to the community. I like that
Definitely.
a lot.
Yeah.
So last question.
Sure.
I wanted to know, when students leave here, what do you want them to take away from the University of Akron to take with them for the rest of their lives?
You know, the takeaway has to be knowledge, has to be skills, you know, it has to be drive, and really an understanding that, you know, they've come onto a great campus, one that's been around since 1870, and they've learned from some of the greatest minds, and they have overcome challenges. I mean, school, I think, is challenging to anyone. And if you can walk away having the knowledge and the skills and the tools and the understanding that, you know what, I came here and I conquered, that I think at the end of the day, we're going to be even stronger as a family.
With all the turmoil the university has endured in recent memory, Wilson has taken the right steps to bring the University of Akron into the future. This has been Jade Marshall from Lights, Camera, Akron. I had such the honor to speak with him. He was so positive about students and teachers here, and he even passes out business cards when he sees students on campus.
Yeah, he's so outgoing and forward-thinking and just genuinely nice. It's good to have a president like this at the university.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we're going to take our first commercial break, but when we come back, we feature the Akron native who wrote an inspiring movie, Akron the Film.
Welcome back, everybody, to Lights, Camera, Akron. The city of Akron is known for a few things, like this home of rubber, or the home of LeBron James, but now it's becoming known as the title of the inspiring movie, Akron the Film.
Screenwriter Brian O'Donnell spoke with us about the inspiration behind his first motion picture. Producer Khalil Smith has the story.
This past summer in the city of Akron was one for the ages. Along with the Cleveland Cavaliers winning the city's first major sports championship in 52 years, LeBron James returned home to Akron in an unforgettable event in downtown Akron. But LeBron wasn't the only Akron export to return home. The inspirational film, Akron the Movie, made its anticipated return to Akron. It was also a homecoming for screenwriter and Akron native Brian O'Donnell, who wrote, co-directed, and co-produced his first ever motion picture.
Really, it's a star-crossed lovers kind of story. Two young freshmen, two guys who meet here on the University of Akron campus playing field, and they start a relationship. And the tension comes when it's revealed to them that there was a past tragic incident that was between their two mothers. So they're torn between the love of their family and their mothers and the new romantic love that they found in each other.
O'Donnell gained the inspiration to write the Akron-based film through his personal experience growing up in Akron.
Yes, as I said, I was born and raised here, and I'm a gay man, and I didn't really know that I was gay when I was growing up here because I didn't know a single out gay person. There wasn't any exposure to me back then, and very little exposure in the media as well. Here in the Midwest, there's a lot more acceptance than there used to be, so I found it to be more interesting to talk about it from that perspective.
With the LGBT community becoming more and more recognized in the Midwest, O'Donnell used his film to show the growth of their acceptance in today's society.
It was important for me to have shots here, as actually right behind you, there was a central shot of the two guys kissing right here in the middle of campus. And that was a really important scene for me to shoot because when I was younger, as I said, I didn't know anyone, and the idea of two men openly expressing their love outside in Akron seemed completely foreign and alien to me. And when we shot it here, we had plenty of spectators and they were all excited and there was not a single issue.
When O'Donnell set the movie in the city of Akron, it was only right to shoot the college campus scenes here at the University of Akron.
The University of Akron, I'll say, was incredibly supportive to us. They really gave us as much free rein as we could want to shoot on campus. As you said, you were in Gallucci Hall, which I believe is closed down now. They gave us the whole building when we needed to shoot some dorm buildings, so we didn't have to go around knocking on people's doors and asking them to turn their music down.
Akron the film, a relatively low-budget movie, experienced a large amount of success once it hit the big screen in 2015. Showing in over 20 festivals in 8 different countries.
We knew we were building a really special film, so it's been really exciting for us to see it grow. As you said, we've been in over 20 festivals and we screened in over 8 countries, so it's been a real treat. I've been able to go to the majority of those festivals. It's been a real treat to sit down somewhere like in Mumbai, India, and see Akron on the big screen. So it's thrilling to be able to see the local environments on the big screen and have a story of the Midwest told, because to them overseas it's exotic. They don't get to see this. They get to see Hollywood, they get to see New York City, but to them, they can really relate to it because of the family nature of the more undersung characters.
It remains unknown if Brian O'Donnell will ever make another film in Akron, but moving forward, one of his goals remains spreading LGBT awareness and acceptance through inspiring screenwriting and filmmaking. This has been Khalil Smith for Lights, Camera, Akron.
I love that films like this are being made. You have forward thinking, your protagonists are both homosexuals. It's really nice.
And it's nice because it's on campus and students can connect with that storyline. They really can.
Yep.
All right, everyone, we're going to take a quick commercial break. But when LCA returns, we'll catch up with a brand new student organization that's been making waves on campus.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
Before our last break, we mentioned a brand new student organization creating some buzz on campus. Now, I've seen these people hanging out on campus, but was never quite sure what they were doing.
Me either. So we took an inside look in the student org, Hammock City. Brooke McKivergan has the story.
You may have seen these people in hammocks hanging around Olin Hall. Well, they're actually a student organization on campus called Hammock City, where if you asked a member, how's it hanging, their likely response would be 30 degrees in between the trees. We got the chance to speak with the president and founder of Hammock City, Tyler Reed, a sophomore at the University of Akron.
What made you want to start Hammock City?
So last year, me and my PR manager, Kelly Boyer, we just saw people in their hammocks around campus, and we just thought it'd be a really cool idea to start an organization for all of them to get to know each other.
Right, that's so awesome. And it's great that you're only a sophomore and you've already started something that's this huge.
Thank you.
That's so cool. What is Hammock City for those who don't know?
So Hammock City is just a place where people can come, chill, and just meet each other. So like that's basically about it. We come, we set up our hammocks. You don't only have to sit in your hammock, of course. We have extras for other people to come in and use, but I mean, we want to bring like frisbees, baseballs, we don't care. Just come hang out with us.
So it's open for anyone? Like
Yes.
you guys just want everyone to come in when,
Everybody.
yeah?
We are targeting specifically freshmen and commuter students just because we want them more involved on campus. Like it was hard for me to join stuff when I was a freshman and I was a commuter as well. So I just thought this would be a great low commitment way to get more people involved.
Right, and to have a sense of community.
Exactly.
That's really awesome. If you want to join and you don't have a hammock, what,
So
do you need a hammock?
you do not need a hammock. No, I mean, yes, people are here and we're in hammocks, but if you don't have one, we have extras. We had a partnership with Bare Butt Hammocks, and they're giving us a few free hammocks, and they're giving us a discount code that we can use to buy more hammocks. But on top of that, I mean, not everybody's just gonna be sitting around. Like I said, we just come and meet us. We just wanna hang out.
When people walk by, do you see like dirty looks? Like are people judging you guys, or is everyone just kind of like do you have critics?
Actually, it's been the complete opposite.
Okay.
So people like will come up to me. I hang out here every Tuesday and Thursday morning from like 10 till 1:30. And people will just come up and say, oh my gosh, I love this. I have my own hammock, or hey, can I take a selfie? I've seen you before. And it's been super fun.
Hammock City is open to anyone. Whether you own a hammock or you've never been in one before, you're sure to find a home here. We got to experience firsthand how to properly get in and hang out in a hammock.
So what you gotta do is make sure that it's kind of like spread out a bit, and you wanna push it down probably below your butt, and then you just lean into it.
Okay.
And that's it. Okay, scoot over. So like push down, yep, and then just lean back. Perfect.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
This has been Brooke McKivergan for Lights, Camera, Akron.
See, fun stories like that are great, and it makes me want to join up with them, bring some snacks in. I know I have my own little ground hammock. It's called the Pouch Couch. Just fill it up with air, roll it into the side. It's the best.
You have a pouch couch?
Yes, I do.
You definitely can get down with them then, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for another break. But when we come back, we introduce our brand new Hidden Gem series with a trip to UA's archival services in downtown Akron. We'll be right back after these messages.
We do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 5 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to Lights, Camera, Akron. Along with our new look and logo, we introduce a new segment, Hidden Gems, where we feature unknowns on campus and in the city of Akron.
That's right. This week, Cortez Grayson features UA's archival services, one of Akron's most underappreciated departments.
Not a lot of people know about the University of Akron's archival services located in the basement of the Polsky Building. The Archives preserves the history of the University of Akron and assists students with scholarly research.
All right, welcome to Archival Services here at the University of Akron. As I mentioned before, Archival Services includes our University Archives, which is the official archival repository for the University of Akron.
Victor gave an exclusive access tour of special historical collections stored deep within the archives.
Here is our reading room where we have a lot of ready reference resources on local, regional history and university history. So in here, again, it's a secondary reading room, so we have a lot of resources on the history of the university here, ready reference resources, including our Book Delight newspaper that goes back into the 1890s. This is 1894. I always like showing the students that come in. This is September 25th, 1894. The headline is Bookdale versus Ohio State University, the latter defeated by a score of 12-6, the first and only time we beat Ohio State. Again, these are mostly from the John S. Knight papers. So here's a letter signed by John F. Kennedy. He went by Jack back then when he was in the United States Senate. So in archives here, we do have a number of portraits of past university presidents, administrators. For instance, we have, I believe that's a lithograph of John Buchtel, the founder of the college. As part of our B-26 Marauder and 9th Air Force collections, we also have some clothing and uniforms from World War II era of some of the pilots that flew in World War II, bomber jackets, some of their military attire. Again, some aren't in the best shape, but we're working on doing some more work to conserve these. There's quite some interesting things down here in archives and really some great tools to learn about firsthand about history. So.
This has been Cortez Grayson. Lights, camera, Akron.
It's crazy to think that that's even down there, and students go to Polsky every day and never know.
Yeah, again, I had no idea. I hit the ground floor button. I tried to go down there. Everything opened up for me. I got to see display cases, books of light, just everything.
Special collections is even down there.
I didn't know.
And me either. So we're going to take our final commercial break, and when we return, we have a special message for UA President Matthew Wilson. Stay tuned.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Now, before we return to our show, we have this week's headlines for updates on news and accomplishments at the University of Akron.
Making a difference moving forward. That is the motto the University of Akron uses to describe our $20 million scholarship campaign. If you are able to give to the scholarship campaign, you are supporting the tradition of philanthropy that was born in 1870. 150 years later, and the main focus still remains, ensuring UA students succeed. Last fall, 72% of all UA students received financial aid, but with your help, more students will move forward and graduate. University of Akron was well represented at the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio this past summer. Tyler Bennett, a student here at the University of Akron who overcame traumatic brain injury, is now competing in the 2016 Paralympic Games for soccer. Bennett, who is graduating in spring 2017, says it was the physical therapy that led him to his major of exercise science. He is described as what it means to be a student athlete, but for now, he is focusing on the games ahead in Rio. We are all rooting for you, Tyler. If engineering is the path for you, then make sure to check out Engineering Visit Day on September 30th. You will receive information about applying to the University of Akron, financial aid and scholarships, housing, engineering majors, co-ops, potential jobs, and more. You will also get to go on a tour of the campus and residence halls. You can register online at the University of Akron's homepage. That'll do it for this week's headlines. Be sure to tune in to Lights, Camera, Akron for updates on news and accomplishments here at the University of Akron. Matt and Jade, back to you guys.
Now, earlier in our show, we had an exclusive interview with UA President Matthew Wilson. This past week, Wilson held an event on campus where he got to play a little basketball with everybody coming through.
We were there to cover the event until President Wilson challenged our producer, Khalil Smith, to a game of one-on-one.
Yeah, the game didn't go quite as well for Khalil as he thought it was going to. He lost in a convincing fashion.
And once the people heard that President Wilson beat Khalil, the news went viral around campus.
Now, Khalil took some heat for losing, so he has a rebuttal for President Wilson. Check it out.
What's up, everybody? Khalil Smith here, producer, Lights, Camera, Akron. Okay, I know, I lost the game fair and square. I lost 3-1, all right? I lost. So as soon as I lose the game, like social media on campus like blows up. I mean, blows up. Here, check this out. Mark Orby says, quote, get a bucket. Roy Williams says, it's 'cause you're wearing a Chelsea jersey. It's not Chelsea. Eli Swadron from Slam Magazine says, LOL, everyone knows you would smash this kid in a real game to 11 or 15. See, that's true, because no one knows that my shoe broke halfway through the game. See, look. Show me. Look. Halfway through the game, shoe rips. You see that? See the bottom? But then he says, what was that first shot though? Wait, what first shot? All right, let me see. Let me see this. The first shot. Oh! All right, I'm not gonna lie, but that floater from Wilson, it's water. Water, he got me. Okay, Chris Kittelberger says, quote, you can't bring that weak stuff when you're playing against Steve Kerr. He does look like Steve Kerr, though, he does. Take a look. President Wilson, I don't know if you can hear me, I don't know if you can see me, but please, please, I'm offering you one last rematch, please, please, all right? I can't take this anymore. Please, one last rematch.
I cannot wait for that rematch. I will definitely be there.
Oh, it's going to be a great game. Khalil had the spins. Wilson had the distance.
Wilson had it, so Khalil better step up his game.
It's going to be a fun rematch.
I cannot wait to be there. All right, that concludes our first episode of Lights, Camera, Akron. But before we go, don't forget to check out LCA's social media pages listed at the bottom of the screen.
You can like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube page, and follow us at Twitter at ZTVLCA.
This has been Jade Marshall and Matt Barnhart. Thanks for tuning in for this episode of Lights, Camera, Akron.
We'll see you next time.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. To find out how you can make Emmy-winning media, visit the UA School of Communication online. ZTV. Make media. Make a difference.